From static rocket test fires that went epically dynamic to 3D renderings of the Gateway Lunar Space Station and terraforming Mars with Moss, it's been a crazy week for space news. Here's an edit of all the space news stories we covered in the 60-second shorts this week. Links to all the stories are in the description. Don't forget to join us live on Twitch at 8 p.m. on Sunday when we'll be talking about space, astronomy, all the stories we cover here and much more. Have a great weekend. The static test fire of a Chinese Tianlong 3 by private company Chanbing Technology went horribly wrong yesterday when the rocket broke free of its test platform and launched. The rocket was seen to ascend briefly before multiple engines either failed or were shut down, and the vehicle, with a significant amount of fuel on board, pancaked back to Earth in a huge fireball. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, which was an incredibly lucky escape given how close the test facility is to major urban areas. Back in early June, professional photographer and science communicator Miguel Claro captured this amazing time-lapse image of the ISS passing in front of a superactive sun. The image is a series of frames from a 2-second video that was taken using a telescope equipped with hydrogen alpha filters and a special camera. There's a cool article over at space.com explaining the shot. ESA is planning to launch a new CubeSat mission sometime this month that will demonstrate the benefits of the latest artificial intelligence technologies on orbit. Most Earth-observing satellites, like NOAA's weather satellites, currently scan and then retransmit their data to the ground, where it's recorded for further analysis. Downlinks are often slow and the amount of data quite large. Rather than just downloading its data straight to the ground, FISAT-2 will be able to perform complex analysis in space. For example, it can create street maps, detect clouds and images, detect and classify vessels on the ocean's surface, spot anomalies in marine ecosystems, and detect wildfires. It will also compress its data for downlink, reducing download times. Effectively, we'll be getting real-time processed data off the satellite from a variety of Earth observations. FISAT-2 will be hitching a ride with ESA's Arctic weather satellite on a Falcon 9. First news from Caltech, where a group of researchers has managed to use computer simulations to map the journey of primordial gas from the early universe into an accretion disk surrounding a supermassive black hole. There were 2 collaborations involved in the work, with one FIRE focused on larger scale structures like galaxies, and the other Starforge more interested in smaller scale objects like individual stars. Now the groups have managed to bridge the gap between their work, showing that magnetic fields play a much larger role in evolution of accretion disks around black holes than previously thought. This represents a huge step forward in our understanding of black hole evolution. It has a great article on phys.org describing the research, and the paper is published in the Open Journal of Astrophysics. There's an interesting article over at space.com discussing the ins and outs of using a kind of desert moss to terraform Mars and other planets. Tests of the moss seem to indicate that it could survive and even thrive on Mars, but of course the big question is whether we should use it. Seems like a terrible idea to me, but feel free to leave your thoughts on terraforming other planets in the comments. Susan Bailey has written a cool article over at The Conversation about the work researchers have been doing to study the effects of spaceflight on human health. Around 600 people have been to space, but that number will grow rapidly in the future as space tourism and exploration ramps up. What health risks will those travelers face? There's a famous health study of the effect of a 1-year stay on the ISS for astronaut Scott Kelly while his twin brother Mark Kelly was here on Earth. The study produced some interesting comparisons, and Professor Bailey goes over these results as well as the ongoing research that has been done since that 2016 study. Link to the article is in the description. Researchers at Berkeley sent their 3D microgravity printer SpaceCal into space June the 8th aboard the Virgin Galactic 07 mission. SpaceCal prints fast and produced 4 test parts on the brief 140-second journey into suborbital space. Being able to 3D print objects in space from a range of materials will mean significantly less spares would need to be carried on long-duration space flights. Check out the article at phys.org for more details. NASA has released an artist 3D rendering of what the Gateway Lunar Space Station might look like one day. Gateway is a collaboration between multiple partners like Europe, Japan, and Canada, and it will consist of the Habitation and Logistics Outpost, or HALO, the Lunar iHab that will provide more living quarters and life support systems, a power and propulsion element, and Canadarm3, a robotic arm provided by the Canadian Space Agency that will assist astronauts in spacewalks and external surveys. In addition, there will be an airlock module and a logistics module that will provide cargo space and fuel storage. Finally, the Orion spacecraft will ferry teams of 4 astronauts from Earth to Gateway. Head on over to the NASA website to see more of this cool 3D video. ESA has released a stunning new high-resolution image of a huge 600-kilometer-long ditch with steep sides on the surface of Mars. The feature, named Agnipe Fossa, was captured by the Mars Express spacecraft. Scientists think the feature was formed as magma rising under the nearby Arissa Mons volcano caused the surface of Mars to stretch and crack. That's a